Hello and welcome to the first round of the 2020 Enduro World Series here from specialised EWS Zermatt. It's taken us a bit longer than we would have liked, but we're back. Well, it's not the start of the year any of us could have anticipated or indeed wanted, but importantly, international enduro mountain bike racing is back, and we are fittingly where we left off at the end of last season in terms of the championships in Zermatt, Switzerland, underneath the incredible Matterhorn. Well, hopefully steering me in the right direction this week is none other than our very own expert from between the tapes himself, Mr. Rory Cunningham, joining us this week. Rory, it's not quite normal yet, but isn't it great to be back at a bike race?
It's great to be back, Rick. It's effectively been a 12-month off season for everyone involved. Where better to kick things off than Zermatt? Yes, definitely a race like no other. Due to a certain global pandemic, we have got restrictions in place, which means a closed course race, closed start-finish areas, trying to keep everybody as safe as we can. But you have waited long enough. It's time for the first stage of the Enduro World Series 2020 from specialised EWS Zermatt. Because it's 2020, there was some added drama on the morning of race day. Severe weather rolled in, leaving some of the highest stage starts under snow. Those snowy conditions forced a last-minute reshuffle of the running order. The race start was delayed, and the first race of 2020 would now be a two-stage affair. The first stage was the Queen stage.
Enjoy the slip and slide.
With the weather not getting much better, the mud gear was on full display.
Oh, I know, they're the normal ones, but about a centimetre further in and with a flat. So nice. Anything I can do to stop getting numb hands, I'll do it.
The stages in Zermatt are infamous for their combination of gruelling length and tyre shredding rocks. Now, with the cold, rain and mist, they became even more severe.
Yeah, fun to race again. That stage was tough, like pretty blown out and just real physical because it's so muddy.
No, I had a huge crash on the first section. I hit a big stand. Not super good.
Very slippery after the rain for the morning, but yeah, just focus, don't crash, stay on the bike.
Don't even go to the first corner. I had the chain off because I was loving this stage. So yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I was riding a little bit tight, first stage of the year, and it wasn't the easiest.
I hope it's going to be fun. It's a nice stage. So let's see. No! Oh, again! No! No chain! Go! The French lady overtook me. I had to run from the middle. So it was really heartbroken again, same story.
With one of the big guns out, it was all to play for in the women's race. Scotland's Ella Connolly had a breakthrough debut podium in Madeira last year, but was then sidelined with an injury. If her speed in Zermatt proved anything, it was that she was well and truly on the comeback trail.
Pretty good, other than a big OTB about halfway down. A few brake leaves and wild places for the rest of it, but yeah, you just couldn't predict until like when to get ready, when to get prepared, what you needed to wear and stuff like that. But yeah, got to the top absolutely sweating down my too many layers in the end.
Morgan Shar was another racer riding well in the tricky conditions. But it was the reigning champ who would pick up where she left off in 2019 with a victory on 2020's opening stage.
You know, it's 2020, so what could we expect? So yeah, it was a really good mud training and it makes the track so harder. There were so many little climbs I did not see during practice because we could just roll. And this time I was like, what? It's climbing again here!
Canyon Collective's latest signing, Jack Moyer, had made the long journey from Australia to compete in Zermatt and was riding well.
Listening, it's Christmas songs now, isn't it? Now there's been snow.
One rider who didn't make the journey to Europe from down under was the reigning champ Sam Hill. His Chain Reaction Cycles teammate Elliot Heap was revelling in the tricky conditions and riding high in the overall.
Very, very physical. I think I've got too many layers on my arms, got tired. Just a cut on the back, just to try and get up some of the mills.
Given that there was snow on the ground and not much heat around, it maybe shouldn't have been a big surprise to see a Swede doing well. Robin Wallner had a storming run to second on stage 1. There was to be no catching Rocky Mountain race faces Jesse Melamed on the first stage of 2020. The Canadian came out of his corner swinging and left stage 1 with a 10-second lead.
Have you seen the times yet?
No.
You're 10 seconds up.
I was sick on who?
Robin.
Yeah, like I just had a smooth stage and like I backed it off just enough in like the key sections to not blow any of those corners, because like one of those and you lose 5 seconds. So I did a really good job to just make sure I hit everything where you had to, and so it's good to see everyone, and you know, I'm glad that we were able to do this.
That stage win would secure 40 points for Rocky in the team's championship. Explosive enough for you? Well, before we go any further with the action, I think it's time that we update you on a couple of news stories. For a start, there is the obvious differences of how the races themselves look, but also we've decided that the overall titles this year will be contested not between individual riders, but between the teams. For the winners of those races, up for grabs are the coveted EWS Giro winners jerseys. And so where are these races set to be? Rory, take us through them.
After Switzerland, we head to a brand new venue for the Enduro World Series in the form of Pietra Liguri, conveniently just down the road from the next race in Finale Liguri, an ever iconic venue steeped in Enduro history. After that, we head to what is truly a remarkable race in the form of Pets in Jamnica, the only race of the season where you're required to pack a passport on race day. After that, the season wraps up with EWS Montagne de Carrou in Olargue, France.
Big races in there. Which are you personally most excited about?
Personally, Rick, Finale Liguri, how can you beat it? Sunshine, the beach, gelato, it's every racer's dream.
It's a pretty compelling case, isn't it? Right, let's head back to those stages now and catch up with the action. The riders left the pits and headed out once more to do battle in the cold. The hatchet-headed rocks lay in wait. Stage 2 would decide the race. It may have been shorter than he had anticipated, but Jack Moyer was happy with his day's work.
I'm fried, Rick. So tired, can't even see where I'm going. I was a bit worried, like, with all the cancellations. I was like, surely I didn't fly all the way from Oz. Not race, so I'm glad you guys made it happen with however you could. That was sick.
That's a bit savage. You're like trying to pump and pedal at the end and it's just like, oh. You're fighting the cold, the body's all stiff even though you warmed up a bit.
It's good to be back racing, really. It was super tough today with very slow conditions, but so happy we got to kick off the racing season now. And in Switzerland, welcome to the slop.
gets to the point where you have nothing left and you can't see properly. Oh my god. Bit of a silly crash at the top. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Despite that crash earlier in the day, Ella Connolly had a solid result and was on course for a podium. But there were still several big names preparing to drop in. Even Raffaella Richter, who had really put Cordelier under pressure at times last season, was struggling with the conditions.
Tough, really physical, couldn't really feel my hands, and I'm still really cold.
Morgan Schär had dusted off her flat pedals for the new season and it seemed to be paying dividends.
Yeah, I think we are happy to be back racing, you know. Even if it's only 2 stages, we take it.
New year, new team, same result. The reigning EWS champ Isabelle Cordelier won both stages.
And it felt like we were pedaling almost all the stage down, so yeah, did not felt as good as on the first one. But still I am in one piece to finish this race, so I'm happy.
Just as we'd seen on the day's opening stage, riders from colder climates were prospering in the wet.
Wow, that's so physical. Because it's such cold air, like it's hard to get your breath back once you've hit like peak heart rate.
It's enduro, like, some stages weren't easy.
Miranda Factory Team's Jose Borges was having a busier week than most. He had competed in the first ever EWS E-race just days before and even podiumed.
Yeah, it's good to be back, but I'm feeling tired after the airbike race.
After a superb opening stage performance, Ibis's Robin Wallner came unstuck on 2 and saw his podium hopes fade.
But this one was really hard work. I actually made probably more mistakes here than on the first one, and this isn't even that technical.
On that one, I was just squaring up so many corners and just not riding as well. And then they just put that extra 6 months of training to work and didn't let myself stop pedaling.
All eyes were on Melamed. You would have to go back to Whistler 2017 to find his only other win. Was the wait now over? The Giro EWS winner's jersey was within touching distance. There was an unspoken race within the race for fastest French rider of the day, and after an absolutely storming stage 2, Sun's Théo Galli secured that honour for himself. But it was a winner here back in 2019, Martin Mays, who would secure stage honours.
I'm pretty happy, I think, with that second stage. Thanks to the Enduro World Series to have made the best out of it, you know.
Despite Mays' win on stage 2, Melamed's lead remained unsurmountable, leaving the Canadian to celebrate victory at round 1. Mays would finish second, with Galli celebrating his first podium appearance in third. Fourth went to Jack Moyer, who proved, if it needed proving, that he will be a force to be reckoned with in Enduro. Not many people were betting against Isabelle Cordelier at the start of the weekend, and the champ proved in Zermatt that she remains the rider to beat in the women's race. Second place went to the superb Morgan Schär, whilst Ella Connolly proved that she's right on the pace in third.
Good way to start the year. It seems strange saying that in August, but yeah, no, happy to be back racing and with the result. Looking out the window at the snow, I was like a little nervous, but like actually the mud on course, no, I think that did suit me a lot, especially stage 1. Hard one to prepare for, but like once you're in the start gate, absolutely buzzing to be going, yeah.
Yeah, really happy. It's big surprise, but I'm so happy with the result. Yeah, a bit physical for me, but you know, it's because the weather was really hard condition.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to start the season like this, and especially with a new team. It's great. It was so foggy and there was some thunder and everything. It was the perfect conditions for flat pedals today. So.
It was a long time not racing, and I have to say that on the first stage I was pretty lost I was stressed and riding tight, so I wasn't so happy of myself. But straight away on the second stage, I could find the flow and ride like I could. So I was pretty happy with that.
I'm super happy. I had a lot of pressure before this race because I wanted to win, obviously, because of the new team. But at the same time, the conditions were so wild that just 2 stages was enough. Good to just go with the flow, ride in the wild and do whatever you can.
Definitely good to be at the top of the list, for sure. Well, I had a lot of racing coming up to this, and I think that really set us up well. That stage 1 was such a mess, so different from practice, and just like treacherous, that the fact that I came into it with a calm, like enduro mindset and just kind of like snaked through it, super smooth, no mistakes, is probably why I did so well. Like, obviously it's been a few years since my win. It was a Whistler win. So this, like, I've been on the podium before. Finally, I feel like I'm like, okay, here we go, this is it. So just keep riding well and have fun.
Ibis Enduro team took the win with strong rides from Bex Barona and Cole Lucas, backing up Robin Wallner's efforts. Pivot Factory Racing were second, and Trek Factory Racing were in third. And that is it then. Jesse Melamed and Isabeau Corderia are your winners at the first EWS of 2020. It's been a tough week here at Specialised EWS Zermatt, but the main thing is that bike racing is back, and you don't have to wait that long before we go racing again in Pietra Ligure in just a couple of weeks. Join us on GMBN for all of that. In the meantime, thanks very much. Goodbye.
Enjoy the slip and slide.